The member for Holt.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. I rise tonight to pay tribute to two local success stories from Doveton, a great suburb of my electorate. One is an individual who embodies what it means to be a resident of Doveton. Another is a group of people who embodied the spirit of Doveton and community through an event which brings thousands of community members together. First of all, I want to acknowledge in this place the work of Heather Weston, a Dovetonite through and through, who sadly passed away in June of this year, but whose legacy acts both as an inspiration of a battler who overcame the odds and whose work influenced countless individuals who crossed her path in the years with the Doveton Neighbourhood House. Heather was born in Ballarat and moved to Doveton in the 1980s. Almost immediately, she became involved with the Doveton Neighbourhood House, where she would maintain an involvement for the 24 years that followed. The Doveton Neighbourhood House was originally opened in 1976 and offers pre-accredited adult education classes, social support, after-school activities, as well as many other services. Doveton Neighbourhood House has and does act as an essential community hub that provides a place for members of the local community to get together, to meet new friends, and to further build on what is a unique, deeply connected community. When Heather became involved with the Doveton Neighbourhood House, she was, in her words, illiterate, and by her own words, often felt that she was good at nothing. Not to be overcome by this, Heather quickly enrolled in basic English reading and writing courses at Doveton Neighbourhood House, forming an affinity with the centre that would see her spend 15 years on its committee, holding the positions of Assistant to the Treasurer, Vice President, Secretary and the President. In fact, Heather spent a total of 3 years as the Centre's President. These are significant achievements in themselves, but Heather's true achievement, and indeed where her passion lay, was in inspiring and in driving others. She used the success against her plight to empower others in the community to emulate her achievements. Jodie Berry from the Doveton Neighbourhood Learning Centre, where the Neighbourhood House now operates, described Heather as a person who represented what community houses can do in the way of communicating and strengthening the community. Brian Oates, who knew Heather from his time with the City of Casey, including as Mayor, described her as someone who will be remembered for her giving nature, her voluntary involvement in the community and wonderful sense of humour. Her achievements were recognised in 2008 when she received a Holt Australia Day Award for her long-running commitment to the Doveton Neighbourhood House. Heather Weston unfortunately lost her battle with leukaemia this year. She was aged 53. I'd also like to pay tribute to another outstanding Doveton success story. The annual Doveton Show was held on Sunday the 19th of September at Myuna Farm in Doveton. Mr Speaker, you should go there at some stage. It is held each year at the same time as the Royal Melbourne Show. The Doveton Show has been an exceptionally successful community-driven initiative, attracting tens of thousands of attendees over the years, showcasing the Doveton New Memory community and providing a low-cost alternative to the Melbourne Show, which cost, I think, roughly $60 for a family ticket, whereas you can enter the Doveton Show by merely supplying a gold coin donation. The show is organised and run by an events committee that is made up of a group of volunteers who work together to create the Doveton Show each year. In its inaugural year in 2005, event organisers and the founding committee, not surprisingly including Heather Weston and her brother Neil Tilley, were confident of attracting at least 1,000 people and were hopeful perhaps 2,000 people. Hopes were exceeded with over 5,000 people flocking to Myuna Farm from places as far away as Noyora and Keilor. This year, the event attracted a record 12,000 people, which is an exceptional turnout for a locally organised event, especially run by volunteers. It shows just how increasingly popular the event has become, with locals and people from all over the state. There was something for everyone in this event, including amusement rides, an animal nursery, Indigenous and multicultural performances, arts and crafts competition, vintage cars and stalls, offering toys, plants, emergency service information and much, much more. By all accounts, I've heard stall holders, vendors and ride operators reserving places for next year and commenting how much they loved being part of this unique event. This event is a great tribute to the work of the Doveton New Memory Neighbourhood Renewal and the organising committee, which has helped create a more prosperous, safe and healthy community. It is a testament to what can be achieved through local networks and the community at large in this working class suburb of Doveton. In particular, it's a homegrown success and something that I'm very proud of. Programs like the Doveton Neighbourhood Renewal, centres like the Doveton Neighbourhood House and volunteers like Heather Weston are vital elements, vital people that make the community tick and they make the community work. I'd just like to say tonight, I remember Heather Weston remember her incredibly well, and I hope that in some way, shape or form this statement tonight acknowledges her substantial contribution to the Doveton community.